They say the world almost ended once, not by war, not by fire, but by breath. A single cough could doom an entire city. And in just a few years, half of Europe vanished. This is the true story of the Black Death, the killer that nearly erased humanity. It began in 1347. Trading ships from the east arrived in Sicily carrying silk, spices, and death. When dock workers opened the ships, they found sailors already dead, their bodies covered in black, oozing boils. Those still alive were delirious, their skin splitting apart. Within days, the sickness spread through the ports like wildfire. No one knew it yet, but those ships had carried the end of the medieval world. What they thought were cursed sailors were actually messengers of something far worse. The disease struck fast. Fever, chills, exhaustion. Then came the lumps, huge black swellings that split and bled. Victims coughed blood until they drowned in their own lungs. Within 3 days, they were gone. Priests said it was God's punishment. Doctors said the stars were cursed. But the real killer was far smaller than anyone could see. Fleas carried by rats riding inside grain shipments to every corner of Europe. And if the rats were everywhere, so was death. Cities collapsed. Bodies filled the streets faster than they could be buried. The air itself reeked of decay. Church bells fell silent. There were too many funerals to ring. Families abandoned each other. Children left their parents. Entire villages burned themselves to stop what they couldn't understand. But when fear takes over, logic dies. And people started searching for someone to blame. They accused outsiders, especially Jewish communities, of poisoning wells. Thousands were tortured, burned alive. Not because they were guilty, but because fear needed a face. They killed the innocent, and still the plague spread. From the chaos rose a new horror, the flagellants. Groups of men roamed town to town, whipping their own flesh bloody, believing their pain could earn God's mercy. Crowds followed, desperate, praying, crying, but all they did was spread the disease faster. Even the church tried to stop them. But faith had turned to madness. When reason dies, chaos becomes religion. By 1350, the Black Death had erased nearly half of Europe. Towns silent, castles empty, fields wild and unharvested. The survivors didn't celebrate, they mourned. They lived with guilt, wondering why they were still alive. The plague didn't just kill people, it killed the world they knew. But the Black Death never truly left. It went quiet, waiting. Every few decades it returned, smaller, sharper, deadlier. In 1665, London faced it again. Houses were marked with red crosses and the words, "Lord have mercy." People sealed their doors from the outside. Whole families locked in together to die. And then, silence again. What most people don't know: the Black Death still exists today, hidden in wild rodents in the soil beneath our feet. Modern medicine can cure it, if it's caught in time. The same microscopic killer that erased half the world still lives, waiting for its moment. And if history repeats itself, we may never see it coming. The Black Death didn't just take lives, it reshaped humanity. It ended the feudal system, gave rise to modern medicine, and left scars written in our very DNA. The descendants of plague survivors still carry the genes that saved them. It didn't just kill us, it changed us. So the next time you hear a cough in a crowded room, remember, we've seen the end of the world before. And it came not with fire or bombs, but with a whisper. You've been watching Arkova, where history never really dies. Subscribe before it repeats itself.